Hello, everybody, and welcome to this live meeting on the 17th of July, 2018. Got an updated look for this meeting, thanks to Daniel and Parker's little collaboration. Let us know what you guys think. I feel like information's a bit better presented in this presentation. So the meeting agenda, we're going to be talking about the algorithm swap to X16R and the difficulty change from DigiShield v3 to LWMA. It's June, not July, my bad. We're going to be talking about the marketing plan, the coin listing process for ZelTrez. We'll discuss about the bug bounty program. We'll also mention the movement for the legal entity that's being formed for large exchange submissions, such as Binance. And we'll always have the community Q&A at the end. So for news and updates, ZelTrez has 8 coins fully implemented in lightweight and full node capabilities. We've been able to trade Satoshi and trade Ogre since our last live meeting, and they're open for trade. The ZelCash info page is officially released. You can find that at info.zel.cash, and that's going to be used as it's kind of borrowed off BTCZ. It's a central place for the community to see what the team's working on, and hopefully eventually to vote for proposals and interact. So you can easily find links to vote for exchanges, for example, and other links and initiatives there. ZelCash is remaining ASIC resistant with our swap to X16R. We're talking about that in a little bit more detail. And as I mentioned earlier, the legal entity is being formed. We have a slight issue with our bank to get the companies formed, but it's been sorted and resolved, and I believe the formation should finish this week, upcoming. So the algorithm swap. Trunk, you can talk a little bit about this with me, but we're moving from Equihash to X16R to keep our ASIC resistance, as everyone's freaking out currently about either ASICs or FPGAs, or a variety of the two. We're deciding to move to X16R because we feel like it's going to give us the longest stint of resistance. It might require a little bit more work for us to switch to X16R, and we think it's worth the extra work to do so. We don't feel like we're going to be targets of the current ASICs that are out there, simply because there hasn't got enough liquidity, and it's not a target for these ASIC miners that are trying to get their ROI as quick as possible. So the switch to X16R is planned for the end of June, going on to mid-July. The reason we're giving us a bit of a wider timeline is to allow for more vigorous testing. Trunk today found 2 flaws, he thinks. He can talk a little bit about in detail about those. So instead of releasing something buggy, we want to work on it and focus on it more. We could have swapped to 144.5, and shout out to the projects that have done that already, BTCZ, and I believe Bitcoin Gold is soon to do it, and there's a few other projects. But we feel that a switch to X16R is a better bet for us, as it'll give us a longer term of ASIC resistance than just switching the NK values on Equihash. Trunk, do you want to talk a little bit about the new difficulty algorithm and its benefits?
Yes, I can. We also want to swap to X16R because we want to support all the graphics card available. If we want to go to 1445 parameters as BTCZ, Bitcoin Gold, and etc. are going, we will be cut offing the graphics card with just 2 GB of memory, which we don't want. And X16R is not that power hungry as Equihash algorithm, and it was very proven by the Raven coin, so the choice is very good in our opinion. We are also transiting to new difficulty algorithm from current DigiShield version 3 to LWMA, which was proposed and partially created by Zevi. Check him out, he's really great guy. And the reason for it is that LWMA is really great resistant against hash attacks, and it will help us with the transition from the Equihash to X16R, and we believe that the block times will be much smoother with this algorithm. The LVMA has been successfully implemented and is being run on our test network as well as the X16R, so you can join the test network, see seen on the test explorer, which has the link testnet.zelcash.online. How is it going? And yeah, the target is end of June, mid-July, and hopefully we will deliver.
For
Yeah,
sure.
go ahead.
One thing I just want to bring up, someone's commented on YouTube, X16R, with a bit of a slight worry on their little emoji there. From my tests with X16R, I don't see what everyone's complaining about. If your rig's got problems, it'll find it quickly, as everyone's saying. You can lose power supplies. I know Daniel owns quite a large farm, so it can cost you power supplies, but it really just drives you to find better efficiency and tune down your rigs really. So yeah, the argument of X16R versus X16S is kind of, don't want to say irrelevant, but I don't see a massive difference between the two in my tests personally. More of an astonished face. All right. So next, we'll talk about ZelTrez and the new coin listing procedure. We're working on a sort of more community-driven voting page and suggestion page on the ZelTrez.io website. But for now, coin teams pay a nominal fee for integration. Currently, it's around and under 1 BTC. Sort of an average is about 0.5 for 2 years of support, which means they'll have 2 years of lightweight support. So coin teams pay a nominal fee for integration, infrastructure, and support. So again, it varies. If a coin's doing a swap or a big network upgrade, like we've recently seen BTCZ had, we obviously did it for free as we added BTCZ for free. But other projects that are doing something similar, again, it would be like you did for an exchange, it'd be a fee for that. Additional services at incremental costs, as mentioned. Also, a big feature that we discussed in the team internally is the possibility for ERC20 tokens. So your big ICOs generally. We're going to be working on integrating and adding some of the biggest ones out there currently, and our aim is to add some of the upcoming future ones as well. And listing times are quick. We aim to list a coin within 1 or 2 update cycles, and ZelTrez has an update every 2 weeks. So any coin dev teams that are out there, or anyone that wants to suggest this or show this to a coin team, just email listing@zeltrez.io, and one of the members of the team will get back to you with a quote on what it will cost to integrate your coin. Okay, next, Parker, maybe you can help me with a bit of this. The near-term marketing plan.
Sure. Right now, we're still working out the marketing plan, especially after just now releasing ZelTrez 2 weeks ago. But the general steps will be, we're still formalizing the marketing team as a whole, and so we're going to get an actual solidified marketing team together with dedicated hours to put towards the project. A big part of the material that's necessary for marketing to be able to even start going out there and spreading the news of ZelCash will be the white paper, the updated white paper, and the new website rollout. Just slated both of those for this month.
Yeah,
a big part. Sorry?
That plan for the end of this month, yeah.
Yeah. A big part, especially in the Discord discussions, is the whole Zelnode ecosystem. So with the white paper, we'll be able to work out some of the economics. We'll be able to do some of the discussions with the members, the coin holders, do a voting system to be able to determine how these tiered Zel nodes will be rewarded, how much coin needs to be staked or collateralized, all that. Planning that for near the end of the month also, end of June. And then obviously some marketing needs to be done for ZelTrez. We've got some pretty good engagement with ZelTrez, but we can always get some more awareness established with this new wallet that's got some pretty good reviews so far coming out. People seem to really like the wallet. I know I do. We're hoping to be able to transition into getting like a coin reviewer or an influencer from YouTube to get excited about the project and do a video for us. One big part for engaging the community internationally as a whole will be to natively support many languages, which is the next small step for ZelTrez, and we'll be able to translate, all the menus and the remarks in ZelTrez so that they're natively supported by a substantial number of languages. Another big piece will be, people love the merchandise of all these coins, and we plan on having some merch for ZelCash, and also use it as kind of a test platform for our ZelPay platform, and we'll sell those through the Zel store or something equivalent, and be able to pass out some merch with some cool ZelCash logos and patterns and things like that. And then, like Miles said, we have the info page created currently, and that's going to really be kind of a benchmark to gauge against what the team's doing versus what the roadmap says. There's a fair amount of information on that page, so I'm hoping people start following it.
For sure, thank you, Parker. Just talk a little bit more about ZelPay. We've had Matthew Richards, we have Matthew join the team. Icy Balls is his pseudonym is, and he's working on ZelPay and ZelID. And the idea with ZelPay is to not only accept ZelCash, but is also to accept other large cryptos, BTC, ETH, LTC, etc. And for it to be easily integrated into current WordPress add-ons, Shopify, Magneto, WooCommerce, and the aim with ZelPay is to actually make it work with ZelTrez, where you can choose to pay with ZelTrez, and it will open your ZelTrez up for you. You log in, it automatically inputs the amount and the address, and all you have to do is click send to pay for your items. So we're working on that, and that'll be coming probably late July, mid-August, depending on as and when Matthew has time, as he's working sort of part-time with us. On this slide, we've got some frequently asked questions. This is what Parker's gathered from Discord. You want to talk a little bit about them?
Sure. Some of them are redundant from previous meetings, and some of them are new info. Again, Zel nodes is a huge topic that gets discussed pretty fairly often on Discord. We're still aiming to do the discussions with the community by end of Q2. One big question that comes up a fair amount is with ZelTrez wallet. Can you have it on multiple PCs with the same wallet? Yes, you can. The general process is on your second PC, create a new account with the same username and password credentials, then log in with those credentials, and you'll have access to the same wallet across both PCs. So, which is a nice feature, and also reiterates that you should use a strong and unique username and password. When you open up ZelTrez, the application, if there's a new update, it will ask you or inform you that there's an update, and have you download that update. So it'll stay auto-updated essentially, so you don't have to worry about checking it too often. It'll warn you. Again, the ZelDex is not part of ZelTrez release currently, and that is planned for Q4 currently. And the Zel supply, I try to update this every time we have a meeting. Currently, we're at about 14.4, 14.5 million in actual circulation for mining. If you include the dev fund, which is at the transparent address that we've put on the Zel.cash website, then our total circulating supply is 25.7 million.
Yep. Again, if you guys have any questions, we'll do a Q&A at the end. You can probably start writing them in Discord or on YouTube, so we can accumulate some at the end. Thank you, Parker. Oh, the community outreach is your thing as well. But basically, I'll go over it. We're accepting designs for merchandise still. Guys, someone fire up paint.exe and get to work. voting for ZelCash on exchange and trackers. I don't think there's any current votes we have ongoing, but we're going to start reaching out to some other exchanges for votes. If we can get lists for free, it decentralizes the volume, hopefully, so it's not just on one exchange that can decide stocks to close their wallets for 2 weeks or something similar. So it's better to sort of spread the volume through as many exchanges as possible. We're always looking out for translators. Anyone wants to help in that way, there's small bounties offered for that. And if you have any skills that you think can support the ZelCash project, reach out, DM Parker or Trial123 as he is on Discord, and maybe set up an interview with the team. So we've reached our community Q&A. If anyone has any questions, please ask them in either YouTube or Discord. Choose general or questions channel on Discord, and we'll be online for the next few minutes. Does anybody from the rest of the team have anything to add? Daniel or anyone?
Nope, I think you covered it really well.
Okay. Yes, I'll answer the question G. We are going to start narrowing it down. I'm currently finishing off the technical aspects of the white paper. I've just got to write up the ideas section. So what we're doing is we're releasing as much technical information for stuff that's already been released. So our products that have already been released, we're writing as much as possible out there. And then for the projects that are upcoming, Zeldex, for example, we're not writing too much the technicals. One, because we'll probably be developing the idea and updating as we go along, because crypto moves so quickly and the technology around it. So we can't really have a defined, this is exactly how we're going to do it. But also, we don't want to be giving that information out there before we do it. So the white paper will begin to narrow down the concept and the idea of Zel nodes. And after the community discusses it, we'll be updating that white paper. It will be a working updated version. And the previous versions will always be available at zel.cash/whitepapers. It's not up yet, but it will be. And yeah, that's just to narrow down Zel node requirements to help people out. What are some key features or things that will make Zeldex stand out? One, it won't be as slow or laggy as the aim is to have a lot more nodes available than these other dexes are, and it's also going to have two modes to it. It'll have sort of a noob mode, as I'm calling it currently, but there'll be a better name for it, which would be easy execution of orders for newcomers to switch their coins from, let's say, Ethereum to BTC or Zel to BTC in a sort of changely or shapeshift type interface, similar to what Exodus offers actually. And then we also have the UI that everyone's used to for trading as well on offer. It'll also be available on mobile, web, and inside of ZelTrez, again on mobile, and inside of ZelTrez on mobile and on ZelTrez on desktop, and through a web portal as well. So that's what we think will make Zeldex stand out. Zeldex will have wallet integrations. Yes, can you define that question a bit more narrowly? I'm not sure what you're asking, Sarah. What is that hashtag GitHub channel? We just decided to set up webhooks so you can see the commits and pull requests that are being done by the team.
Basically showing how hard Trunk is working day in, day out.
Yeah, Trunk's there 24/7 working his ass off. I've taken more of a stance sort of on the business front and stepped a bit away from the development. And Trunk's been grinding his ass off on that, and you'll see the other developers making some commits very soon as well. Will everything on Zeldex also be a part of the Zel wallet? Of course it will. Yes, instead of ZelTrez, everything on Zeldex is part of ZelTrez. We'll have to work on our UI a little bit so it's not too overcrowded, but yes, it will. Tell that guy to take some sleep. I don't know how he keeps doing it, to be honest. Trunk's nuclear powered. Have you asked?
There's another.
Go on.
Have you asked Voscoin about a possible video on Zel?
Yeah, I've been in direct contact with Vosk. We've talked, especially when the Z9 ASICs came out. Me and him had a chat, and I let him know about TAR. Invited him to it, the ASIC resistance group, where a bunch of developers are working on ideas for ASIC resistance from all projects. I mentioned them before. We're also in contact with a friend of his. He's aware of Zel. He knows of the project, and hopefully he'll probably make a video soon, and a few other YouTubers as well. But they'll come with marketing in the next few weeks, though. So if there are any more questions, quickly, or I think that's it. Is there anything from anyone else on the team?
We can go through the info page and make a showcase of it.
Oh, for sure. Okay, let me open it on a new tab here.
We are also
Or do you
launching
wanna-
or asking for translations of the info page. It is written for the background, so you can just go on our GitHub and take the JSON files and translate it into your language. We'll be posting a guide how to translate it soon in Discord.
Yeah, any translation help would be appreciated, and there'll be a little bit of a reward for it. So here's the info page. Oh, hello, it's open on the screen. Here we go. So you guys can visit it now. It's live, it's up, and here we've got a list of links, links and more links, and lots of more links, and update the way this looks. We've got mining pools obviously on here, YouTube videos that have been made, exchanges, so you can find any information about Zel here. But we're going to be working on this. It'll be updated, work in progress as always. And we're going to be working on a feature so that community members can leave suggestions and can be voted for as well. And the search as it comes along. For now, it's an information page full of lots of links, so you can find everything Zel in one place.
Yeah, Miles, I just want to add to that as well, that this will give us an opportunity to get community focus as well. So we're really looking forward to having some type of other than Discord, a forum or something of that nature that the community can ask questions, voice concerns, whatever.
For sure, we need to get our own forum going. So for sure. We just had a question. Can I mine to my ZelTrez wallet? Yes, you can. I'd recommend using lightweight and just go for it. It's sort of a lot of people, for some reason, keep clicking on full mode. Unless you need to use the addresses, I'd recommend sticking to the lightweight mode. It's more user-friendly, and it lets you log in from multiple computers, locations, and eventually mobile as well. So benefits are rife. All right. I think that will be it for today's meeting. If there's nothing else from you guys, I should say thank you to the community for your support so far. And we've got some news coming up soon. We'll be talking about Zel nodes, and the new white paper will be coming out soon. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody.